Hello everyone, my name is Alicia Anglesey, and today I will be doing a presentation on René Descartes. So a little bit of background information. Descartes was a French soldier, mathematician, philosopher, scientist, and psychologist. He was born in the small town of La Haye to wealthy parents. His mother later died in childbirth, and he was raised primarily by his relatives, but never really felt a strong connection to them. He later attended La Flèche at the age of 10, which was a very prestigious institution. He later graduated at 16 and mentored under some other individuals at the time, but traveled around quite a bit at that age. He was an intensely private individual, and as a result, he kept many of his documents to himself and was fearful of later publishing them due to the Inquisition at the time and the church dogma. He coined the term, I think, therefore I am, which reflects some of his other ideas, which I'll expand upon later, which proves the existence based upon the capabilities to form thoughts. Some other contributions to psychology. He experienced a crisis of intellect that later gave him motivation for his later pursuits. He experienced this crisis early on in his life, not necessarily a midlife crisis, but in his early 20s crisis. He was known for lying in bed and entering a meditative state, and some accounts report him lying in bed and then suddenly sitting up, writing down his ideas, and then going right back to his bed. During one of his states, he saw a common fly flying around his room, which later helped him develop analytic geometry, which changed the relationship between algebra and geometry. He later made his book actually, called The World, which was published 14 years after his death by some of his colleagues, and is considered one of the first modern textbooks. Again, the church dogma at the time delayed the publishing due to the persecution that the Inquisition was carrying out at the time. So some other ideas Descartes introduced was innate ideas, such as perfection. Imperfect minds cannot contemplate imperfection, which that was a pretty new idea back then. Other ideas include unity, infinity, the axioms of geometry, God, and deduction. God was really crucial to some of his other theories, such as the sense theory. He believed that since God developed humans, then we did not have imperfect senses, so then rational processes and other sensory experiences were considered valid by him. And with deduction, he used that to deduce additional ideas, and he was very thorough in his process and was very persistent in making sure he had the complete knowledge. Some other ideas developed, such as reflex theory. It offered mechanical explanations for behavior and bodily functions, which Descartes was known for these ideas after he witnessed this mechanical structure, this fountain that was activated by plates and would do different things, and he would observe these and say they reflected mechanical processes, mechanical explanations for behavior and bodily functions, as I said. He also studied mind and body interaction. He was a dualist, which includes the mind and body are separate entities, which this contradicts many other thoughts of the time, where the mind was the sole entity or the physical body was, again, like the sole entity. As a result of the ideas in his life, Descartes paved the way for more philosophical and psychological ideas. I thought Tessa aptly coined the fact that many of ideas later on after he died, many ideas revolved around his work or built upon his ideas, either disproving them or agreeing with them or changing them. His work forever changed multiple fields of study as we know it today. So some of my sources include the lecture and the book, so please reference those for any further information. Have a nice day.